Hello and welcome. I'm Jamie Hopkins, and today I'm joined with two experts here, David Littell from the American College and Bill Borden, who's the managing principal at W.R. Borden Associates. So thank you both for being here.
Thank you, Jamie. Delighted to be here.
Yeah. So really, Bill, we're here to talk about you right now, which is your practice. You built a really interesting practice that focuses on retirement and retirement income planning. Can you tell us a little bit about what does your practice look like?
Well, I am a life and health producer for almost 35 years. And so I decided to focus on long-term care planning and insurance for high net worth baby boomers. Okay. And I define high net worth, for general purposes as $1 million to $5 million of invested assets. Mm-hmm. Some of my clients have less, some have more, but that's the sweet spot. So I sought out the registered investment advisors in the Philadelphia area, typically that had 300 to 500 million of assets under management, up to several billion. So I started meeting with fee-only RIAs. They knew there was a need. They weren't sure how big the need was or how frequent that it would be, but gradually over time, a number of them started to warm to me and started to introduce me to their clients. And guess what? It worked out well for everybody. Today, about 50% of my clients come to me from fee-only advisors. Okay. So I started thinking, what am I really doing here? I'm actually managing risk. And along the way, I started really paying attention to a lot of sources of information, including the American College and the RICP program, and saw that there were 18 risks in retirement that people could have to deal with. Right. Some of them certainly, some of them only possibly. And then I took a look at these risks and I said, which ones of these can I help manage? And I took a look at longevity and long-term care and health care and sequence of returns and things like that. And I said, there's things that I can do to help in these areas. And so I coined the phrase retirement risk manager. So I started calling myself that.
That's great. So yeah, I mean, that's a really interesting way, right, to kind of supplement what the team of people are doing in retirement income planning, that you're really adding on that specialty about retirement risk management, which I think is a really great idea.
Yeah, I think it's an interesting way to build a practice too, because I think a lot of people are thinking that the advisor is going to end up doing everything, and it's really hard and it's really complicated. And if you go through our RECP program, we learn that, like how much is involved. So working with someone who's handling assets while you're doing the risk management part makes a lot of sense to me, and maybe of interest to other advisors building a practice.
Well, I hope so. We're living in an age of specialization, and we have for quite some time, and part of the reason for that is the internet. Mm-hmm. And generalists generally do a lot of things, maybe adequately, but not really well. And so, as a matter of fact, last year I studied for and then passed the 65, and the beginning of 2017 I formed my own RIA. And so W.R. Borden Advisors now exists. Although I kind of keep that quiet because I don't manage money. I don't want to manage money because, again, I'm not a specialist in that area. But what I do is I partner with the other fee-only RIAs, and they now look at me differently than they did before. Mm-hmm. They see me more as a peer. And also I'm legally now able to talk about moving money from securities to annuity products. And I'm a big believer that a portion of someone's retirement income should be guaranteed, and that in addition to Social Security, unless you're lucky enough to have a pension, you need some annuity income. But you don't need 80 to 100% of your invested assets in an income annuity. If you're going to be in a business, you need to be in the business. You need to specialize. You need to show everyone, show the world that you're serious about what you're doing. Also, being independent is important. I'm not a career agent with any company. I have brokerage agreements with probably 30 insurance carriers. And so people like independence and objectivity. That's what the fee-only RIAs talk about. Mm-hmm. And so if I'm going to collaborate with fee-only, objective, independent people, I need to be that way as well.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's a great story, and thanks for coming in and talking to us about how you built your practice, how you got there, and a little bit of advice for those looking to specialize in this area.
Thank you, Jamie.